Hi, Ned. Okay, so I wanted to address your concerns, and it's not really difficult. That's the first thing I'm going to say. People tend to make the whole situation difficult. It's not difficult at all. First, you just have to understand spirit. Spirit is spirit. Now, I know in third dimensional, which is what we are, we're on a third dimensional planet, and things are done for certain reasons. Now, guys like me, I've been studying for over 40 years. And I never speak on something that I don't know what I'm talking about. Now, whether people choose to accept it, I can't be responsible for what a person chooses to believe. That's their thing. But I deal in facts. Everything is spirit. Everything is spiritual. Now, at the end of the day, there's going to be one leader. That's the big boss. That's who people say God. But then you have other entities. You have negative energy that some people tend to say Satan, and their job is to do what they do, all the bad things we see, tempt people away from doing good. That goes on all the time. And unfortunately, because we're in third dimensional, we can get caught up in that. So that's what makes it difficult. When people are saying, "Oh, I don't understand," and blah blah blah, oh, what's it, oh, blah, 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 because they're caught up. Because even if you would have studied, like I don't know your religious beliefs or anything, but even if you would have studied Jesus Christ, he always said keep it simple. Like it's not that difficult. And it was the apostles. They were arguing over who's the greatest, and they were always getting caught up. Or the Martha was worrying about the house. Oh, the house has got to be clean and blah blah blah. But her sister was she just wanted to be spiritual. She just wanted to be with. So we can make that choice. We can either make it easy or we can make it rough. But it doesn't have to be it doesn't have to be that difficult. So me, I try, I try to, because I've been doing this for a long time. Like I've always been a spirit. I was a Christian. I was a spiritual person at first, a Christian person, but I stayed with God because in the Bible in John chapter 10, Jesus says you have to follow me wherever I go. In Matthew chapter 13, he says it's going to be mysteries, and only his real disciples would know the mysteries. So, and he said there's going to be a broad road where a lot of people think they're on it, and they're not. They're not with him. He says, "Get away from me. I don't know you." That's Matthew chapter 7. So this is just the reality of life, but depending on who we are, what we really believe, we get caught up. And when you get caught up in third dimensional, you're gonna have all this worry, all this stress, and even if somebody's trying to show you something, you're gonna be like, I don't see it, I can't understand it. So it's not too much I can do, because I've been doing this for a while, so I already know I try to help people as much as I can, but it has to come to a point when a person has to find their own quiet place. You gotta connect with real spirit, because if you can't connect with real spirit, you will have peace, and you won't be. And I'm not just saying you. I know this is a private video, but I always say you, so I'm not talking to you personally. It's just you, the person. Um. So I could have lost my life yesterday. Now this has been a horrible week. A horrible week. I could have lost my life yesterday. I went outside allegedly for 5 to 10 minutes just to charge my battery on my car because it's been dying lately. And somebody comes speeding into my lane, destroys my car, and could have killed me. Oh, but I still have peace. And then I get up with somebody else that's always been a drama queen, and they want to argue over some silly stuff this morning. And I'm saying to that person, I could have died. Don't talk to me about silly stuff right now. I could have died. Now, in the description box, I want to give you another video that shows you how everything I went through, it's all written in the stars. Because I also did a reading on that. That video will be in the description box, and you can see how the universe told me these things was going to happen, who's behind it, and everything. And it's not spooky. It's only spooky if you've allowed a religious look at these things. It's not spooky. It's spirit still talking to you. See, I've always been faithful to God. I've dedicated my whole life to Him. I was whatever religion I was involved with, I've always been foremost active. But I'm gonna follow the Lamb wherever He goes, wherever He shows me to go. And if you really study the Bible, you'll find out that usually those righteous people that God uses, they usually go through hell on earth. Why? Because they're fighting against the negative energy. David, Joseph, Jesus, Moses, Jonah, Paul, they all went through hell. So that comes with the territory. Not saying that you don't be. I'm not saying you have to be a glutton for punishment, but we have to learn not to think third dimensional. Because you could see somebody going through something, and you'll say, "Wow, they must have did something really bad. Wow, that guy really doesn't have his act together. Wow." But you're not looking at, wow, that he's very brave because he doesn't back down, like, no matter what. I'm in a car, everything's total, I was bleeding. Only thing, and this is not the first time this has happened. If I told you how many people have run into me and totaled my vehicles, and the same thing, my first thing is the car is smoking and my whole front dashboard, everything, glove compartment is gone. And I'm in the car in an airbag. Thank God for the airbag. Thank God for the angels. All I'm saying is, how can I get out of this car? Because the door is jammed and this thing is smoking. So I got to kick myself out. So, when you had your first video, now I did a great job. I know my self-worth. It's very important that a person knows their self-worth because a lot of people walk around with insecurities. A lot of women tend to be very insecure. It's not a good thing. And then they overcompensate by external stuff, external makeup and everything. And look at me, I'm beautiful, I'm beautiful. But inside, they don't feel that way. So I try to get people to realize you are beautiful. You were created beautiful. Any feelings of insecurity are based on negative energy. And the devil is a master of playing mind games on people. You can't let the devil play mind games. Like I said, that person that was trying to start stuff with me this morning, they're an expert at mind manipulation. But again, you can see that in the natal charts. That's Imum Coeli. That's the fourth house. So and if you do the reading that's in the description box, if you click that link, and you're gonna see that same energy was there, and she let me know, oh, I'm the one that did it, which I already knew because I know who she is. So this is light. Now you have to either be willing to listen to experience, listen to truth, or somebody that actually did these things and saw these things, or you can base it on your third dimensional viewpoint. Oh no, oh that's spooky, and then I can't help you because I'm going to tell you the truth. But if you're being drawn into this type of stuff, there's a reason for it. And I think the numerologist said that about you. So you do have a side that's connected to, they call it the unknown, but it's just truer knowledge. And if you just read Matthew 13, Jesus says, I speak to most of the people, I speak to the masses in mysteries and parables. But my disciples, I tell you the truth. And in John chapter 10, he said, will you follow me wherever I go? So, and then Psalms 23, David saying, yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I shall fear no evil, for thou art with me. So you would say, why would God have this man walking around in the valley of the shadow of death? What's going on? Matthew chapter 4 says the Holy Spirit took Jesus to be tempted of the devil. You say, why would the Holy Spirit take Jesus to be tempted of the devil? Then in Isaiah chapter 45, verse 6 to 7, he says, I create the good in the darkness, I create the light and the evil. So it all comes from God. And if you really have confidence in God, you might lose it a little bit, but you'll never really flip out because you know whatever you're going through, God put you through it. And that's also in Romans chapter 8, I think read verses 20 to 30. Paul says, anything you go through, if you're with God, good or bad, whatever you go through, it's from the Lord and it's for a reason. And Paul went through hell. Everywhere he went, somebody was beating him up, spitting him up, trying to kill him. If he was on a ship, it was a shipwreck. If he tried to pick up some sticks to make a fire, a viper would bite him, and they think he would die. They say, oh, he's an evil man. The viper bit him. He's gonna die. And they're just sitting there watching. The people, nobody's trying to help the guy. They're just sitting there watching him to see if he dies. Same thing with Job. When Job went through everything, nobody came to help Job. And the only people that showed up actually talked about him. Oh, God is going to get you. God is getting you because you're a wicked man. And Job is saying, I'm a righteous man. No, you're not. You're a wicked man. See, this is all the devil. And what we do, if we want to be successful in this life, we turn all that stuff down because we say, hey, that's stupid. I got to get money. I want to be famous. I want to have a good job, good car, good house. So we turn all the spiritual stuff down. We don't want to hear it. But it keeps coming back. If God has a purpose for you, it's going to keep coming back. Now, when you meet somebody like me, my job solely is to make sure whatever I said I would do to keep my word and to tell you the truth. But I can't worry about everybody, why they feel a certain way or why they think a certain thing. Because my life is hectic. And despite all the hell I've been put through, I've always put other people first. I'm going back to when I was a young kid. I barely was out of high school. I was knocking on doors because I really believed the world was going to end back then. Oh, the world's going to end, and I would be in every neighborhood, black, white, Jewish, wherever. I'm not going to talk to everybody. So I knew, but when I came here, when I was born, I knew I had a purpose on this planet. I knew I had a ministry to get, a ministry to accomplish. And I was just a little kid. As soon as I learned how to read, I started reading the big Catholic Child's Bible. So I know I'm here for a reason. And despite everything that I've been through, they have not been able to stop me. And I give glory to God. I'm not bragging about myself. This is not about me. Again, that's a third dimensional thought. It's not like I'm saying, oh, look at me. That's why I never come on camera, because people love to follow people. They are too third dimensional. That's why I said you had to sit down, get your pen and paper. Like on your first video you got from me, the whole idea is to sit down, get your pen and paper, and I go over each house. So there should be no reason why somebody doesn't understand. At least I can understand it's new. I understand that part is new. You don't understand it. But I say first house. I say everything that's in the house. So you could be jotting it down and just take it slow. It's no rush. Because if you were a teacher, if you were trying to teach somebody, you feel like you stayed up and you prepared it, and just like if you cooked a great meal, and the moment somebody eats some of it, they go, hey, listen, like, well, you didn't even taste it. So if a student comes back to you right away, you know that student didn't do anything. They're looking for like a magic or something. It's not. You're gonna have to really. You're gonna have to study. Just like people to really understand the Bible, you have to really just study it, not just open it, read it, feel good, and then close the book and do what you want to do. You have to really take those. What is it? What are they saying? What does this mean? What is this? What you got to really get into it. And that's what I did. And that's how you get the spiritual strength. That's how that Bible works for you, because you really get into it. And just to prove my point, how hypocritical people are, just like Jesus said, ye hypocrites. Say at the gym, say you want to get in shape, you want to look good. You're going to, I'm going to get up early, I'm going to watch what I eat, I'm going to exercise, I'm going to get out and walk on it, and you're going to really get into it. And then when you start to see yourself looking better, wow, now you feel great, now you're going to increase it, and wow. That's the same way with anything else. Like the Bible says you have to search for it like treasure. Like if somebody say, hey, listen, all you got to do is these couple of steps and get $1 million. The person would be up. $1 million. Wow. Person could barely sleep. They probably wake up before the alarm clock. Wow, $1 million. You gotta approach the spirit like that. You gotta approach the Bible like that. You gotta approach life like that in the spirit realm. That's how it works. And once you understand that, you won't, like David said, I don't fear the evil, for thou is with me. You don't care. You don't care about that car coming straight at you. You don't care, because you know you're gonna survive it. You know you're gonna get out this car, even though you don't even know how you're gonna get out the car, but you still know you're getting out that car. And you might be upset. I'm not saying I wasn't upset, because I was very upset. But you still know everything's going to be all right, because God will make sure of it. So that's how the service works. Now you got the first video. If a student contacts you and they have like legitimate questions, you know that they really listened. But when somebody contacts you immediately after getting their whatever, they didn't even listen to it. And here comes somebody just trying to, oh, I don't understand. I know, but I can't help you understand it. Did you study? Did you sit down, get a quiet place? Because it could take days. It could take weeks. I'm still going to be here. It's not like I'm going anywhere. But I already know I can't help somebody. If they just got their report at 8 o'clock or whatever, and already by 9 o'clock or something, or even the next day, but especially by 9 o'clock, that's only 1 hour. And already here comes all these questions. I can't do more. I just gave you a thorough explanation. So you have to take time, pen and paper, study it. What don't you understand? Oh, first house, what is, boom, boom. And I'll try to help as best as I can. But the fact that I know I've been thorough, it's not a whole lot else I can do. I can help out where I can, but then I'm going to be realistic. I can't keep helping. And like I said, it's other people that also need my time, because I've always been that way. I'm trying to help everybody. I have people that have offered me a lot of money to work solely with them, and I said no. I'll help the people. I've always helped the people since I was little. I won't betray that. That's my calling. That's why I'm here. I'm not trying to make a lot of money. I wish I could, but I'm not trying to make a lot of money off of people out here. That's why I'm giving you sales and discounts and everything. So I'm trying to help people, but at the same time, that person has got to want to learn it. Just like if you were in class, if you really want to learn. Because like I said, if I say, hey, I can show you how to make $1 million in 3 easy steps, I bet you I wouldn't have to encourage you. You'd be very attentive if you love money. And when I say you, I'm not talking about you personally. People. So it's the same thing. So that will take care of the first video that you received. So that'll explain everything. You got to really slow down, listen, get your pen and paper. First house, what was in your house, like that. And it does take time. But at least you're really trying to learn. That's the difference. You're really trying to learn, not just keep asking questions, because I'm not going to be able to help you because you're not doing what you need to do, which is to stop and learn. And it's really not that difficult, because the video, I don't know how long the video was. But even, like, I know I do some long videos. Let's say it was, I don't think it was, but say it was a 3-hour video. But still, just take your time. Say, hey, okay, I'll give it 20 minutes today, 20 minutes tomorrow, and then the next day. And before you know, you've gotten through it, and you've got your paperwork, and now you got your notes, and now you're starting to understand it maybe a little bit better. And then when you do ask questions, I can tell that, she's really trying to learn it. And then I give you a whole free form that explains astrology and stuff. So you have a whole free form to help you. So then the second is the numerologist. Now I think he does a great job explaining. I don't know how accurate he is. Sometimes people say he's very accurate. Sometimes a woman will tell me, "Oh, that didn't happen to me," or "I don't look like that." Because one woman said, because he said one woman, you at this age you have love handles. She said, "I don't have any love handles." So I don't know how accurate it is, but how I look at it, I'm sure he gave you some helpful information, because you have to understand this is all intuitive. You're tapping into the spirit realm. Some stuff is going to be crystal clear. Some stuff is not going to be crystal clear. And some stuff you're not going to understand it. But don't focus on that. Just focus on what you can benefit from. And that's why you hear all these YouTubers say whatever resonates with you. If it doesn't resonate with you, keep going. Or go to somebody else that it does. We just keep it simple, because we trust in the spirit and we don't trust in what we think. Because just because we don't understand it doesn't mean that angel is wrong. We may not understand. We may have read it wrong. We're not perfect. And it's hard because you're trying to talk to something in the spirit realm, trying to talk to you through cards or intuition. Now, the third thing, the phone consultation, is exactly what it says. That's why I really don't have too much to say on that one. It's phone consultation. If you think you have a need for a phone consultation, it's there. But of course, that's not me. That's you. You wouldn't walk into a doctor's office and sit there and look at the doctor and go, "Well," you're like, "Well, what? Well, what? I'm here, aren't I?" Yeah, but you're here for what? What's your reason? So a phone consultation, if you feel that need for a phone consultation, then that's up to you. And that's why I said anytime that you see the need. And as far as if it's on a sale, it's on a sale. And then you take advantage of the sale. If it's not on a sale, it's not on a sale. And the reason why I'm very focused about the phone consultation, because see, I'm a multitasker. My ascendant is Gemini. Gemini is a multitasker and a communicator. I'm out here to help as many people as I can, as long as I can go. Because just like I said, I could have died yesterday. So I know I came here for a reason. And I've been attacked since I've been here. Just like I said, you would think somebody in their right mind would say, "This guy almost died yesterday, so I don't need to be harassing him as soon as he gets up." But this is the way it's always been. But now that I understand astrology, I see it's in the 4th house. It's Imum Coeli. So that's actually supposed to happen. So if you feel the need for the phone consultation, you do. If you say, "Well, I want a phone con and I want that sale," well, then that's your decision if that's how you feel. Or if you say, "Well, okay, I don't think I'm ready for a phone consultation," then I'm happy with that. Or if you say, "Hey, I changed my mind. I don't even want a phone consultation," I'm cool with that. I just keep it simple. It's not complicated. None of this is complicated. This is all about humbling yourself, myself. We got to humble ourselves, just like the spirit talk. Like if I have somebody giving me a reading, I'm trying to say, what can they show me? Because why would I even go to the person? I'm not trying to argue with the person. That's just foolish. And a very good friend of mine, and she's kind of like, she's a very analytical person, and she did a phone consultation. Me and her have been friends for months now. And we still are. Sometimes me and her still argue because she gets on my nerves. Like, excuse me. Okay, so like I said, she's just a very analytical person, and you can barely talk to her. You can't even give her a compliment without her turning that into some type of analytical debate. But she is a friend of mine. And I met her out here through these. She's a customer, client, and then we became friends. So to end this video, this is just about accepting. That's all I can tell you. You're either going to believe and accept. These archangels have changed my life. My life has become way better. I've helped. I can't even name, but see, I've been in ministry all my life, so I've helped a lot of people in my lifetime, probably hundreds of thousands, because I would just work and be out in ministry all the time, and sometimes I couldn't find work, so I was still out in ministry. So in my lifetime, I've helped probably hundreds of thousands of people, and with YouTube, it really helped me a lot. And now with this, I've helped people all over the world. So that's what drives me. But this is about acceptance. These angels are about love. Whatever they're telling you probably is for your own good. But you have to get out of third dimensional and just accept it. It's nothing you can analyze. Excuse me. And it's nothing you're going to be able to understand, because you're going to keep going, I don't understand. I don't understand. What's this? What's that? I don't understand. You're going to have to learn acceptance. So that's why I said so. If you feel a need for a phone consultation, that's fine for you, or when you feel a need. But you do have right now from me, you have the first video where I know I did a great job. So that's something you need to get a pen and paper out and just take it slow because everything was covered. And then you have the numerologist, and you can see what he says because he was looking at it from a different aspect with your information, your birth date, and your name and everything. And you can see what he said. Again, take notes again and see how that says. See how that, and it's just like anything else. You learn. You learn. Sometimes we start off with baby steps, then we start to get a little bit better, and then we start to get a little bit better. And that's the main thing. So the phone consultation will always be somebody coming to me. Like I'll never go to somebody and say, "Hey, you need a phone." Why would I do that? Hey, you need a phone consultation. I don't know that. Only one time, the same friend I'm talking about, because she has a lot of health concerns and she just lost her mother. The same week her mother died, my mother went into a diabetic coma. One time the archangels told me to get her. Like it was some weird stuff, like weird circumstances. I'm talking to somebody else and they start saying, "Yeah, I know one of my friends named so and so." I'm like, "Whoa, that's the same name as my friend." I'm like, and I keep getting these things to tell her. So I told her, "Hey, look, you got to get that reading. I don't want to bother you, but you need to go ahead and get that reading." And I told her why. She said, "Okay, I'll take a reading." But that was because I was led to tell her that. And even if she said no, I don't want one, I would have just let her go because that's her right. She doesn't have to take a reading if she doesn't want it. So again, it's not that serious. It's just get the information, do your best to study it, and your question should never really be like you have no idea, because it's like, well, you do have an idea because you just got a video. They're just explaining. Now you may not understand everything, but even then, that's why you have the free information. But like I said, if you want the free information, goes house by house and what every house is and everything else. And when they talk about that Capricorn Cancer, if I said that to you about Santos, I literally, that's Santos. He's a genius. Like he understands the difference to Capricorn Cancer and what that means. I have no idea what he's talking about, just a little bit. So that's why I refer people. But the video is right there. I believe it's right there. So people they just have to find it because I'm not sure which one it was, but I still tell them where to look. Because it's kind of like you might go to a doctor, he may not be able to. He says he wants to send you to a specialist, and he may have some idea, but again, because it's not his office, they're not partners. He doesn't know everything, so the person has to take a little bit of their time to go deep. He said, "Oh, well, I'm not sure where in Jackson, but he's in Jackson. That's the township or whatever." So you got the doctor's name, you got the basically location. So now you just got the little homework and find out where. So again, it's not difficult. It's only difficult when the person goes, "Oh, I don't understand," or "Oh." And even me being a lion, they say Leos can be bossy. They say Leos can be pushy, vain. They love attention and all that. And maybe I don't remember. Maybe I was when I was younger. I really don't remember. But I know I'm not that way now, and I try not to be that way. Now today, this was the same. This was Virgo energy, but we just got out of a Virgo moon, and this has been going on now for over a week and a half now with that Virgo moon. Because Virgos, they do a lot of analyzing. They do a lot. See, right now it's a lot of purging going on right now. And you'll see if you do click that link, that'll be in the description box of this video. You'll see that. Right now, it's a lot of purging going on, and that's what that was about. Just purging and just whatever. Sometimes we don't even understand why we're put through stuff, but there is a reason for it. So that's all I can tell you. I hope that helped out. And again, definitely appreciate everything because I know you are very eager. It's just that but everything is divine timing. So I'm glad you hung in there because some other people would have been like, "Oh wow, he seems like he has attitude." No, I don't have an attitude. My mother almost died. My car goes dead. All of a sudden, we get this bad weather where I honestly thought it was over. I thought we were done with winter because I got 1,000 billion things I have to get done, and all this shit is happening. To be quite frank, and then I go outside for 5 minutes just to charge my battery and almost lose my freaking life. So I am a little on edge, but that's normal. Like if you were going through the same thing, I have sympathy. I'm not saying you don't, because I read I read your letter, and I would appreciate what you said. But the point is, I would have something like, okay, take all the time you need. I'm that type of guy. Like, take all the time you need. It's not that serious. I mean, I do want to know the information, but take all the time you need because, wow, your mother almost died. Then your friend's mother did die. You got all this crazy stuff going on, and you almost got killed. So, of course, take all the time you need. It is serious, but it's not so serious I want you to hurt yourself. So that's what I'm saying. So I'm out here every day helping people, saving them money, helping them with their lives. And some of these people, they haven't even said anything to me at all. I mean, people that know me for months. They haven't said anything like, "Sorry that happened to you," or blah, blah, blah. And I'm always donating. That's all I do is donate. If I have it, I give it. There's a church up the street. I used to just give them money all the time. Slide it under the door. I would give a big, my older sister passed away and left me some money. I gave the church 10% of that money. And that entire church up the street from my house has been torn down because they're rebuilding it. But now I feel good because when I gave him the money, I was like, wow, I just gave these guys a whole lot of money. And I don't know if I should have, because the pastor's, he's riding around in Cadillacs and he's walking around with alligator shoes. And alligator shoes can cost anywhere from $800 and up. So I'm like, maybe I shouldn't have gave that church my money. Maybe I should have gave it to somebody else. But finally, now that I see that the church is torn all the way down, it's definitely going to cost more than the money I gave to build it up. So I feel like I look at it like, it went to good use. And plus, I just leave it to God. Leave it to God. It's not really up to me. And just, I have more insight now. I don't believe in tithing. I still give offerings, but I don't believe in tithing because that's the Old Testament. And Jesus came to save us from the Old Testament, because the Old Testament took you to death. The Old Testament was all about judgment, and you did this, and now you're going to have to do that. You're going to have to make a sacrifice. Or now the New Testament is about grace, just asking God for forgiveness and love and all that. So I probably would use that money more for my own ministry, or I would have donated it somewhere where I know for a fact that it's going to be used for the right purposes. And there's a lot of people that always request the money, but they don't show you how it's being used. So I'm very careful with that. Most of the stuff I'm home a lot. I I stay in my ministry. My business right now is home. I may have to go back out in the world, but my heart got so bad, God pulled me out. God deliberately pulled me out because I would have died. So God started blessing me home, working at home. And that's what I do. And any money I get generally goes right into either donating it or house maintenance bills, because I definitely have a lot of bills, and taking care of myself. And I am a caregiver to my mother. So that's my whole story. I just wanted to give you a gist of everything. But I'm good at what I do, and everybody knows it. And I never let anybody take my self-worth down, because that's what the devil wants you to believe. Oh, you don't. Oh, this is something's wrong with you. Blah 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 blah. This and that, and blah 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 blah. And that's why I said that Virgo energy tried to attack me this morning. And the first thing I said was, I almost died. There's not going to be any negative, whatever you're complaining about. You're complaining about something that would take you 1 minute to do yourself. And you're complaining at me over that, and I almost died yesterday? How dare you? Like, how dare you? And they knew they was wrong. That's why they shut up. Like, so, when you work with the angels, they will make you stronger. You'll have confidence in yourself. It'll be a total thing. And your bills do get paid. You don't know how many times I was like, wow, how am I going to pay these bills? I got no money. But God always blesses. And it's not, like I told you, my whole life, just so you understand, I want you to make sure you understand what I'm saying. You know how many times, and all my cases go to the state of New Jersey. You don't know how many times I've been unjustly fired. And then they go to the state of New Jersey, because I'm the type of guy, I want the investigation. Because I know I didn't do anything. Go ahead, investigate. I want the investigation. What's taking you guys so long? I could tell you one time, this organization refused to investigate. And I actually said to those people, you should be ashamed of yourselves. And then they wanted to investigate. Because I made them feel guilty. I said, you should be ashamed of yourself. To sit there and make all that money, and somebody needs your freaking help and you won't help them, you should be ashamed of yourself. So, as hectic as my life has been, God has always been good. People who owed me money, they thought they were going to get away with it. Somehow I get my money, and it's always legal. It's always through God. So that's what that's about. So if you want to understand anything, that's what you need to understand. Not the technical stuff. You're looking at a lot of technical stuff. You're never going to get to where you need to be analyzing and looking technical, because this is spirit. Where you're at right now, you're in the realm of spirit. This is all about love, angels helping you, but you have to learn how to be patient. And they're going to do it their way. And I hate to tell you this, but if it ever got to the point where God took something from you, you got to get to the point where you go, take it, Lord. Just like they say in the Bible, go ahead and take it, Lord. All you did for me, there's no way, how can I be mad at you? If you want to take it, go ahead and take it. If you want to test me, go ahead and test me. If you smack me, I'll still serve you. And that's the real people. So the people that are going to heaven are those people. Now, you got a whole lot of people to tell you, oh, I'm going to heaven because I'm a good person. Oh, no. See, you just said you're good. We're not good. We're born in sin. We're not good. We have a Messiah that justified us. That's what makes us good, the Messiah. So if I think I'm going to heaven because I'm good, probably won't be getting there. So remember, when you say the Lord's Prayer, if you say it, you say 2 kingdoms. one in heaven and one on earth. Now, most of these people are going to be on earth, the kingdom in earth, and then there's a kingdom in heaven. I have another channel out here called the Spiritual Channel, and that's just spiritual information, basically Bible-based, but what the Bible really teaches and not this stuff you see when you go in churches and stuff. No disrespect, there's good in churches, but some good doesn't mean you're going to heaven. That's what I'm trying to tell you. The only people going to heaven are those that walk in the Spirit, just like the Bible says. So, if you listen to this entire video, thank you, but my purpose was to try to put you at ease, but you have to see my point too. I deal with a lot of people, so I'm not always going to have the time or the patience. And when people contact me and they're kind of doubtful or not certain, that's bad, because I'm giving it my all, and I don't want to have to go back over it, and then this person probably still not going to get it. So in your particular case, I saw you hung in there. That's why I did this video. Most people, I just let them go. And I don't want to, but you have to see my point too. I could die doing this. I have a bad heart. I can die doing this for these, somebody that's not really going to get it because they don't want to sit and be patient. They don't want to sit and take notes. They just want somebody to explain something to them. But how can I explain it to you if you don't want to listen? How can I explain it to you if you really don't want to learn? And that's how you know a person really wants to learn, because they take the information and start studying it, looking things up. And then when they ask a question, they really have a real question that shows they studied. And that's what any teacher wants to see. But the person, if you just get the information and right away you're saying, well, I don't understand about, of course you don't understand because you didn't study anything. And then when you really learn this, it's not that difficult because the angels take care of everything. This is about surrendering to the angels. That's all. It's not that difficult. But we make it difficult because we're in third dimensional. And third dimensional makes you, you got to have a job. You got to have this. This has got to be, I'm 30 years old and I'm not married yet. And all that stuff is third dimensional. Just like somebody that wants to argue over something they could have did in 1 minute, that's third dimension, because that doesn't even make sense. Why would you, if it only takes you a second to do one thing, unless there's a reason behind it, like if there's a real reason, like if somebody's really dirty and you're just sick of cleaning up behind them, I understand that, but I'm relatively clean. I do all the cleaning here. I'm like the housewife, to be honest with you. I'm like that when I say housewife, because the old school housewife was the one always cleaning and stuff. So that's me. So there's no reason to question me about cleaning because I'm usually always cleaning. Don't wait till I'm broken down from an accident, can barely think clearly and everything to start an argument, because you're gonna hear some things that you wish you hadn't heard, but you pick that argument and you're gonna lose it because you're not gonna win this one. This is one I'm not walking away from. I almost died yesterday. Let's get that clear. I almost died yesterday. So let's not argue over something that would have took you a second to do when really the whole situation is something you set up. The sink wasn't clogged until you got here. Now you want to argue about everything when you don't want to clog the sink up. And if these things are sitting here, it's going to take 1 second to clean it, and that'll be done. So there's no need to argue. And I haven't even eaten yet, so you're not going to win this particular argument. So I've had a long life with a lot of people, a lot of drama, but unfortunately, some of those drama kings and drama queens, they are no longer here. So I know that God is good, and we will reap what we sow. And people that were in power in my family that were very not very, I won't say very negative, but they were negative, like to lie when you like to start trouble. They don't have power no more. And like my younger sister, she was one of them, but fortunately she met a good man and he taught her that what she was doing was wrong, so she tried to change. And now the other person that was always causing problems, they're older now, and the people that they used to be able to call up to start junk, lie on people and start stuff within the family, most of those people are dead. And the people that are alive, they kind of know that this person is a drama queen, so they don't necessarily feed into what she says. So why I'm telling you this, because things change. Like I'm not basically the same guy I've always been. I've always had morals. I've always believed in God, and I never back down from what I believe. And I don't care who I'm going up against. But I've seen God. I've seen these archangels work it out in my favor. So I'm just trying to give you everything in a nutshell. But at this point, you do have enough information to study and learn. I just want you to know. But you have the desire to sit down with your pen and paper, go house by house. Try to find out, try to see what you can learn on your own. I'm saying that, and that's for your benefit. Because I could just say, yeah, call, I'll help you, and tell you a whole bunch of lies. I don't do that. I'm trying to help you. I'm trying to help you really see what this is really all about. The money's important, but it's not that important. That's what I'm trying to make sure you understand that. Now, finally, The numerologist, he speaks clearly. He's very good. He tells you everything he's doing. Again, if you take notes, think about it, you'll understand that too. And of course, like I said, I'm always here. I'm not going nowhere. So if you have help, whatever you want, I'm still here. But right now, I really think you have so much info. It's like I think you just don't see it yet, but you've been blessed from 2 different videos, and you've been blessed with a whole lot of spiritual information that is going to help you. But now you have to receive it, not analyze it. This is what you're doing. You're analyzing everything, and I don't understand why is this and how does this work? And you got enough. Now work on understand. I don't know if you pray. I don't know what you do. Everybody's different. Some people meditate, but whatever you do, but you got to be peaceful. And now you got to start to receive, because you've been blessed. Now you have to receive the blessing. It's that, and stop it. It's not a mental thing. It'll always be a spiritual thing, maybe even a heart thing, but it's definitely not a mental thing. If you try to analyze any of this, you're going to be in trouble. And I just got finished telling you it's not a money thing. So you can't accuse me of ripping you off. You can't accuse me of trying to play you out. Because if I was, I would say, yeah, come on, do it now. Oh, yeah, I'll help you. No, I'm telling you, you got the information. But now it's up to you to just accept it and stop analyzing everything. And I can see it in your chart. Even when I looked at your chart, I said, uh-oh. And that's why you heard me say, I can't wait. I said, I can't wait to hear what that numerologist has to say. But that's not your fault. This is how God made every one of us. Even now that you have your chart and all that, you can understand. You're made for a reason. Like, my mother can be a drama queen. She's always been that way. She loves it hot. She loves it hot. Loves to start shit. Blah, blah, blah. She loves it. Destroyed our whole family. So she loves it that way. That's what she's good at. That's that Virgo energy, analyzer, critical, and all that. So everybody's for a reason. All right, so that's it. And again, you had the video of what the angels told me, why I was in an accident, because they told me who was behind it. They told me everything. So you could check that out if you'd like to. God bless.